Session 44, The Mansion Vault. As told by Vichy Aladar in the Last Lantern Tavern. Patch smacks the flat of his cleaver on the bar for quiet. Vichy steps up onto a chair, balancing his tankard in one hand, smirk aimed at the crowd. All right, you miserable lot. Drinks in hand, mouths shut, ears open. I've got a tale from the ruins of Valoriac, still warm from the road, and I'll have you know it's got danger, treasure, a bit of heroics, and me, so it's worth listening to. A few groans and laughs from the regulars. Someone mutters, "Here we go again." So picture it. The lantern's doors swing open, and in walks this new fella, black as midnight, scales catching the light, eyes sharp enough to haggle the shine off a silver coin. A dragonborn sorcerer by trade, merchant by background, and judging by where he sat, someone with no instinct for self-preservation. Right across from me, Vorag the Wall of Orc Muscle, and Thranar with his endless books. Marder gives him the warm welcome. Patch grunts at him, and even Olga lifts a mug. That's as friendly as this lot get. Marder smiles from behind the bar. Someone in the back shouts, "Poor sod doesn't know what he's in for." We're barely halfway through our first round when Marder points us to the quest board. And there it is. My own fine handwriting. The Mansion Vault. Simple job, I tell them. Walk into the half-sunken estate of House Morghall, nick a little obsidian idol for a collector, and walk back out with silver in our pockets. Easy. At least that's what I said. First day on the road, we get jumped by a couple of wolves who fancy us for dinner. I, being generous, let the others stretch their legs. Can't have 'em going soft. Second day, we spot goblin scouts hiding in the brush. I give the signal and take a tactical position about 50 paces back. Safer that way. Third, some walking corpse with more fungus than flesh shambles by. We don't stop to chat, didn't seem the friendly sort. Ulga shouts, "So you hid the whole way then?" To a round of laughter. We hit the outskirts of Valoriax. Same as ever, scavengers pawing through rubble and trying to sell pebbles as ancient artifacts. We push deeper and who do I see? An old acquaintance, an ogre who's tried to shake me down before. One look at our crew and he decides today's not the day. Wise choice. A bit further in, we catch sight of a vacuous beast slithering about. Ugly thing, full of teeth and bad smells. We give it space. Then a group of looters come tearing past from the south, like the hounds of the Nine Hells are after them. No clue what they were running from, but I made a note. Decent sprinting form on a couple of them. We cross a bridge and there they are. Undead knights on skeletal steeds, all clanking armor and death stares. We decide we like breathing, so we turn off before they see us. But the city wasn't done with us yet. Whites, pale, nasty, and faster than they look. We take them down, blades ringing, spells flying. But not before I've got to do a bit of fancy footwork to keep my skin intact. We barely have time to breathe before the shadows come. 4 of them creeping out of the darkness like bad memories. They hit hard, they drain the strength from you, and they don't die easy. Close fight, that one. Had me eyeing the nearest wall in case I needed to climb out of there. But in the end, we won. A few whistles and shouts of, "Lucky you did," from the back. Vorag shakes his head with a grin. At last, we reach the manor. Front entrance is the gaping skull of a dragon. Real subtle. Inside, the place is a tomb. Dust thick enough to choke on. Cobwebs hanging like curtains. The kind of silence that makes your skin crawl. We barely get 3 rooms in before the suits of armor step forward, helmed horrors, waiting for someone to open the door. I, of course, let Vorag test their mettle while I assess the tactical situation. Patch shouts, "You mean hid?" and gets a cheer from the crowd. Upstairs, I'm doing my civic duty, checking for traps, which is how I find one. A magic missile trap with my ribs. Felt like being kicked by a horse twice. The lads patch me up, and I'm right as rain. Next trap's an ice cage, but I'm far too quick for that one. Slipped past like it wasn't even there. We find the old ledger in what's left of the office. Points us straight to the trophy room. We get there, and guess what's waiting? A ghost. Pale, howling, and very, very angry. It drops 2 of ours before we finally send it screaming back to whatever pit it came from. That fight was too close for comfort. I prefer my enemies solid enough to stab. In the vault, we strike silver and treasure, a fine golden key, which is safest with me, thank you, and a short sword. Nice balance, keen edge, and it whispers to me if you can believe it. Haven't decided if that's a good thing yet, but I'm keeping it. Vorag grabs a great bloody Alimentum greatsword. Doesn't talk, just cuts clean through whatever's in front of it. The idol goes to the collector, the coin goes in our purses, and I come home with a story worth your time. Vichy lifts his mug high, grinning at the room. To luck, to loot, and to the brains of the operation, me. The tavern erupts in cheers, groans, and laughter. Someone yells, "Still alive 'cause we did the work!" And the place roars with applause.